What's up, everyone? Yes, it's hello. It is, yeah, like 2:30 in the morning, and I'm painting. I let me switch microphones so I can get back over there. There we go. All right. Hopefully, everyone can hear me. Okay. I already have been painting a lot. I painted myself, the hands and the legs and the face. I'll bring it up close so you guys can see it. And then I started painting Cecil, and I was like, maybe I should go live and paint this, so you guys can see. So see there, I painted me, I painted my leg. This is John and Tulip from yesterday. I still need to finish Tulip and John, but Cecil's been bothering me, so I want to paint Cecil. And I want to get all of this done tonight so I can let it dry, and then all I would have left to do is the airbrush in front of the clans people, in front of the ghost people, and then from there I can add the detail on the the ghost people, and then I'll basically be done. So like tonight's worth of work, and then tomorrow, and then hopefully I'll be done. So yeah, I was listening to streams in the background. I watched Ethan's last trash cast about the whole Leam stuff, and then I was watching another show. But I don't know. I feel like there's nothing good on right now to watch or to listen to. So it's like maybe I'll go live, let you guys see the process. But I've already been painting for a few hours. So just a heads up. Now, one of the tricks when you are painting white, like Cecil's supposed to be Fred, so Fred wears a white shirt, is you don't actually put white paint down. So this is like white mixed with a bit of cadmium yellow. And I'm using actually the very light, the lightest tones that I had mixed for the skin for me and John and Cecil. So this is actually like more skin tones going down on the shirt. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to put like cool highlights on it, which will be fun. And that'll contrast with the rim light once I add in the glow in front of the ghost on the bottom of the screen. But I have to say, the thing that's driving me the most crazy is all of our like hands and arms. Just everything about the anatomy is off, and it's driving me absolutely fucking crazy. Like Cecil's pudgy hand, and it's like everything is driving me crazy about this. I would have gone live earlier, but I don't know what it was about today. I was so tired. I basically slept all day, and I was up a little bit at night. I gave the baby a bath. She's getting so big she doesn't even need like the little baby chair that babies usually use when they're in the bath. Like I got one of those non-slip mats for the floor of the bathtub, and she sits in it now. And now she's like standing up when she's done. I was like, what happened? You used to be so little. You used to have to sit in this little chair, and I'd have to give you a bath that way. And now you're a big girl and you're sitting up, you're playing with all these toys. And I'm like, what happened? But I went to my doctor's appointment today. I had to go see the doctor about if I have healed enough to have a baby. And it was kind of a waste of my time, to be honest with you guys. Like I waited forever. My appointment was at 10:15, so I got there at like 10. I waited in the lobby, which I always want to get there a little bit earlier than my appointment, because when I do, what the hell is this? It's like smudge right there, but it's dried. It's probably from the airbrush, which I don't like that. Let me see if I can get that off. But yeah, what is this? Oh no, it wasn't dried. That was new. Okay, I don't know what that's from, but I don't like it. I'm glad I noticed it before. Okay, there we go. But yeah, so I waited forever, and then once I got into like the room where you usually see the doctor, the girl had like all of the wrong information. She's like, "So this is your first time here?" And I'm like, "No." And then like every question she asked me, I was like, "No." And then I finally was like, "Do you have the wrong person's chart?" And she's like, "No, your name's Anna." And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh, you just had a baby last year." And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh, okay." So I'm like, "Well, this is new. I'd never seen this lady before. Usually it was like my doctor or this like this hippie lady that's her a midwife lady, which she's really cool. She has like like me and Peaches were like, it looks like a green you get out of a Cracker Jack box. Like it is like the most ridiculously large diamond. And I'm like, I don't know. I told Peaches, I was like, I would be embarrassed if I had to wear that because everybody probably would just think it's like from a Cracker Jack box. But um I thought I was seeing her today, but I wasn't. I was seeing this other lady, and I'm just like, all she did was like talk to me. She didn't like examine my scar to see if I was healing or if I had healed well. And she's like, "Oh, yeah, okay. Well, usually, after a C-section, we want you to wait a year." And I was like, "Yeah, like I really don't want to have another C-section and I want to avoid everything that happened last time." She's like, "Oh, yeah, totally." And I'm like, "Okay." So I'm like, I don't like and then I have another appointment scheduled for next week because they're like weaning me off of my birth control. And so I have to go in to like get a test next week. And I don't know. I'm like, this week, I'm like, I feel like I told Peaches, like, I kind of feel like this was being milked, or maybe they didn't realize that they needed to do the thing that they need to do next week this week. So now I have to come back next week. And I don't know. I was just like, "Ugh, that was a waste of my time." And the appointment was, since it was so early, which I'm usually sleeping for, it screwed up my entire day. So I basically slept all day. And last night after I got done with the stream, I went to go to bed. But Peaches, like, he's been snoring, and I'm just like, ugh, it's so loud. And I couldn't get to sleep. So I was running on like an hour or two of sleep before I went to the doctor appointment, which was a waste of my time. And I was just like a zombie. And I think also it has to do with like the rain, because it's just been so rainy and stormy that always makes me want to go to sleep. Like, you get all warm, you cuddle up underneath a warm blanket, you have something on the TV, and you just listen to the rain and fall asleep. So I think that also could be a contributing factor to why I was so tired today. But good news is, even though the chick didn't examine me, she just I guess they literally just go based on time. And she's like, "Yeah, like since it's been almost a year, your body's almost completely healed." And then she said once I get off birth control, she's like, "You can technically get pregnant within the week." And I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna happen, but like she made it sound like that I like had a baby yesterday when she like looked at the chart. And I'm like, it's been almost a year. What are you talking about? Almost yesterday. My baby's big. My little girl is almost 1. I have to go get stuff for her birthday. She is such a big girl with such a big personality. She's so sweet. I love her so much. But I'm excited. I'm excited for her birthday. I have to go and I have to pick a theme. But I told my mom, like, she really likes balloons, because on my birthday, Peaches' parents sent me a bouquet of flowers with like a balloon that said happy birthday, and she lost her shit. So I told Peaches, like, maybe we should just make it balloon themed. We'll just go and get like 1,000 balloons and just like fill my mom's house with balloons. But one more thing before I forget. The flooding for those that were asking about how bad the flooding is, yeah, it kind of ruined the bottom of my drawing desk that I had. I have it moved over by where my door is, so that way I could put all of the eyes up on my wall to photograph for the iBook. And yeah, the bottom of it got damaged. But Peach just says he might be able to fix it. But he's like, you've had this desk forever. And I'm like, I know, because it's a good desk. And he's like, it's a shit desk. And I'm like, I know, but it serves its purpose perfectly. So, oh my gosh. This fatty. I don't know if you guys have this issue, but we use like a Fire Stick for our TV. And it is, I don't know if Pluto is paying them, but like I'll just say like, hey Alexa, play Star Trek. And she'll open it up in Pluto TV instead of Paramount. And it drives me crazy. So I'm just like, no, bitch. Like, I was just watching it on Paramount, like through Prime. And why are you switching over to fucking Pluto? I don't want to like watch ads. I don't want to start the series over again. Go to like, I was just watching it on fucking Prime. Pull up my Prime, bitch. And she doesn't. So, and I'm like, I never even downloaded the Pluto TV app. So I'm like, we need to delete this app so it'll stop pulling it up. But it's just started happening like the past few days, and it's driving me batshit crazy. I'm like, somebody did say that I need to add hair on Cecil's belly. I will. I need to get all like the color blocked in first, and then I will. That'll probably be the last thing I do. Also, please smash the like button if you guys haven't already. I would appreciate it. I don't know why there's so many people watching this early in the morning, but thank you for being here. Look at that muffin top. I had some stretch marks. Oh, dear Lord. Ugh. You want me to put more work in for myself, but I can. Here. You want some stretch marks? my God, this is so revolting. I remember when I was pregnant with the baby, the munchkin asked me about stretch marks, and I'm just like, why? Like, no, I don't. I do not have any stretch marks from the baby. Thank goodness. That would have been sucky. But I made sure I took as good of care of myself as I possibly could, and I did all like the rubbing the coconut oil on my belly and all that. Is that good enough stretch marks? I don't know if you guys can see that. Hmm. Anna's still torturing herself with this. I have to until it's done, man. It's just thoroughly revolting, but it's got to be done. Hmm. Oh, this is disturbing. Excuse me. I feel like this is the least, like, likeness Cecil has done of himself. Like, usually all of whenever he draws Cecil, it's pretty spot on. This doesn't really look too much like Cecil. I know, the continuity of Cecil drawings, right? Once again, guys, once that this painting is done, I want it out. So if anybody would like to purchase it, keep it in mind. I'll put it up on auction on eBay or something. My goal is to get this done before Thursday. So at least, like, I can try putting it up for auction and selling it on Jack Show or something. Because, like I said, I want this fucking thing gone. So if any of you guys like it and want to think about that. I always give Cecil, like, a really red nose, like Santa. This little area right here I'm not happy with, but let's get these teeth done. I got a really good picture of my baby's tooth breaking through. One of her front top teeth is coming in, and I'm like, oh, my baby. My little girl. She's getting so big. It goes by so fast. My little baby. Let's see. Making progress slowly but surely. Ads 80, thank you for the 2. Sorry, I didn't say it earlier. Have you seen Fanboys? Of course I have. I remember when that movie came out. I can't believe it was in 2009, though. I feel old. Mm. Let's see. Okay. I'm at the point where my back has been starting to hurt. But it's okay. It's okay. Usually when I do paintings on my easel, I have this like stick that will rest up on top. But I cannot find it for the life of me. And so my arm, I've been trying not to like press on the canvas. But shizness happens. Shizness happens. If you guys missed my last stream, I was talking about how me and Peaches, like, we randomly decided to rewatch the Hobbit movies, and I had only watched them in theaters. I hadn't watched them since because I was not very impressed. And the more I think about it, like, the more irritated I get. I feel like there was someone out there that did like an edited version where they like just got it down to one movie. And if anybody knows if that's real and if it's out there, can you guys send it to me? Because I would love to watch that. Like a really just tight edit of the Hobbit movies into just like the story and not all the stuff that I'm just like, it didn't need it to be in there. Like that battle just never, it never ended. And I'm just like, ugh. That's what happens when you have studios fucking shit up. Like Peter Jackson, aside from doing documentaries, he hasn't really done much. And I'm like, I just keep thinking about how good his Odyssey would be. And instead, I just keep seeing ads for Christopher Nolan's. And I'm like, go fuck yourself, Christopher Nolan. I hate you. I hate you and your stupid woke shit. You're going to wreck one of my favorite stories, the most epic legends. And I hate all the people that are like, it's not real. And I'm like, all right, then I hope Black Panther gets recasted. And I hope it's like Ryan fucking Gosling by that logic. Okay. And I remember there's this one girl. I know it's all girly and like girl stuff, but she did it's a webtoon called Lore Olympus. And she got shit because she made Apollo the bad guy, and like Apollo basically rapes Persephone in it. And it's like super like, you know, like what is it called? Teen stuff, but it's super cute and drawn all whimsical and girly, so I really like it. But I guess like there's this whole sect of the internet that started hating her because there's people that still worship Apollo. And so she had to come out with this statement, and then like she also made like Cassandra, or is it Cassandra? Psyche. She made Psyche black, and then Cassandra's black too. And I'm like it. I think it did start getting like kind of woke as she progressed in the story. Or I think she finished it. I never finished reading it because I like to binge read it. But yeah, she but when people were going after her because she made Apollo the bad guy and she had to apologize, she's like, I'm sorry, I know that there's still people out there that still worship Apollo. And I was like, what? Who the fuck worships Apollo? But I need to go find that because next time I have somebody come into my mentions that's complaining that the Odyssey isn't real, they can cast a black girl to play Clytemnestra. It's like, Yeah, Helen of Troy's sister. Yeah, all of a sudden she's black. Okay, sure. Sure, sure, sure. That really makes fucking sense. A straight up, Nigerian princess looking chick is going to play a Greek woman from Mycenae. Yeah, that makes fucking a lot of sense. Said no one ever. But I'm just so over Christopher Nolan movies. He just has such like a big fanboy club because of the Batman movies, which I mean, I watched Dark Knight Rises in theater, and I'm like, I never need to watch it again. I don't like Batman Begins. I feel like I'm the only person on the planet that doesn't like that movie, but I think it's super overrated. And The Dark Knight is good. It just sucks that Maggie Gyllenhaal is in it, but I don't know. I feel like if he hadn't made the Batman movies the way he did, he wouldn't have the fanboys that he does. And I don't think he'd be getting to make as much as he is, but I remember everyone's like, "Oh, you got to watch Memento. It's amazing." And I figured it out in the very beginning. And it's like, okay, you have an unreliable narrator telling you the story. And it's like, well, if there's a mystery here, then everything that he's telling us is fucking wrong. Right? Like he's the one leaving the notes for himself. What if he's lying? I remember the person I was watching with got so mad at me. They're like, "You've seen this movie." I'm like, "No, I haven't. It's just kind of obvious." Yeah. Sorry if anyone in the chat is Nolan fanboys. I'm not. Not a Nolan fanboy. I remember people got so mad because I was like, Dunkirk sucks. And I'm like, if you want to make a documentary, make a documentary. But don't lie to me that it's going to be this epic war film. There's no fucking story. It's just shit happens. People are like, oh, it's so realistic. It's like, okay, so then label it as a documentary. Don't lie to me and tell me I'm about to watch this like movie, like this narrative movie where there's no goddamn story. If I'm watching a documentary, that's fine. That way I can go into it with the mindset that I'm watching a documentary, not, some historical fiction. And then people get mad at you when you point that shit out. And it's like, no, I think that that's fair. I think if I paid money and I'm being told I'm going to see this like epic war fantasy, like historical fiction, then, that's one thing. But if I go in and it's like, oh, okay, but it's not, it's a documentary kind of movie with some fiction is in it, then I'm like, okay, well, that's different. That's not what I paid for. That's not what I was advertised. It's a lot of false advertising. And then Tenet, oh my God, I watched that on a plane and it was awful. Denzel Washington's son, Michael David, he sucks. He did not get a fucking shred. That apple fell out of the tree during a fucking hurricane and got like throttled to the other side of the fucking world. Like if Tenet had Denzel in it, it could have been decent, but Michael David, oh my God, or John David or something David. All I know is that he was on some interview and the person said, "Oh, can you just go buy one?" And the guy was like, "No, my mom will lose her shit." And it's like, ugh, how stupid. Is it John David or Michael David? But anyways, he sucks. He sucks all of the oxygen out of the room. He is not a good actor. It's like there's some Nepo babies that I'm like, okay, you're fine. Like Johnny Depp's daughter, I'm actually kind of impressed. I'm like, okay, cool. She got some. I hope his son is also like that. And then what Annie McDowell, her daughter, the one that's in The Substance. From what I've seen of her, she's good. So it's like there's some Nepo babies that I'm like, okay, this is like I'm okay with it. Kiefer Sutherland, fantastic Nepo baby, right? But Josh Brolin, great Nepo baby, totally fine with him. That apple did not fall that far from the tree. But Denzel's kids, holy shit. I almost am like, might need to get a paternity test, man, because they don't look like you and they don't have any of your talent. And that's not me being mean. I have questions on behalf of Denzel Washington. Because have you guys seen Denzel's daughter? Jesus Christ. She's like, I don't know if she's trans or just lesbian, but she's got like a 6'6" wife. I think she's trans now. I think for a long time she was a lesbian and then she decided she was trans. But yeah, those apples flew away from that tree. It's unfortunate because Denzel is probably one of the best actors to ever live. A Nepo baby? You guys don't know what a Nepo baby is? A Nepo baby, you guys have to know what that is. Come on. I wonder if if Cecil actually ever took a lesson, if he actually could get good. And then I am finding myself rendering his artwork and I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think so, guys. I don't know if anyone here watches Stranger Things, but apparently that the last season is going to be airing soon. I think I might binge it. I feel like I stopped at the second season somewhere. It was when the kid that's got like the mouth problem, the fat kid, he's I don't know, he has that like the baby monster that he's like raising as a cat or something. And it like ate something. I remember that was like the last thing that I saw before I like checked out. But I watched, there's this one girl whose channel I watch, and she talks about like cult stuff, and then now her channel's blowing up, so she like quit her job and does YouTube full time now, whereas like before it was only like a video every couple months. Now she's like making a lot more content, which I like. But she did this video about Stranger Things and all of like the drama. Apparently that old fat dude that's the cop in it, he and Millie Bobby Brown have problems. Yeah. So she went into all the details with that. Well, not even details, I shouldn't say, but like just talking about the alleged drama. And then she goes on this like 10-minute rant about how Jenny Nicholson is her favorite YouTuber and how Jenny Nicholson doesn't get invited to things. And I was like, what? I was like, oh my God. Okay. I really like this girl and her channel. And now I'm like, okay, no. I met Jenny Nicholson the first time I went to a Star Trek convention, or not Star Trek, Star Wars convention in Vegas. She is much taller in person. She's taller than I am, which is not hard to do, but her friend was really nice. She seemed kind of irritated because I didn't like, I knew who she was, but I more so wanted to take a picture of her friend's hat because they had like homemade Jar Jar Binks hats, and one of my coworkers at the time, she like unironically loves Jar Jar, and she had just gotten like a Jar Jar tattoo, and so I wanted to send her a photo because we had like just been talking because there was this viral video on Instagram of girls making Jar Jar hats out of like not Swiffers, but some kind of like reusable mop thing. And so I just happened like right when I went on the floor to run into Jenny and her friend that had them. And I was like, oh my God, can I take a picture with you guys? So I don't know, maybe she was annoyed because I didn't make a big deal about like who she was. Because then my friends that were there, they're like, do you know who that was? I'm like, yeah, but I don't care. I was trying to get a picture of the hat. I still have that picture somewhere. See if I can find it. Okay. You made a birthday collage for me on Twitter? Really, Holocron? I didn't see it. That's nice. Let's see a birthday collage. Twitter never shows me anything I want to see. It's like, oh, here's all the stuff you don't want to see and all the stuff you will want to see. We're not going to show you. My Twitter timeline has been that Mexican president lady that's pissing everyone off. Like I told Peaches, I was like, did you know that the president of Mexico was a woman and also Jewish? And he's like, no way. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, a very Catholic country has a Jewish president. That's a woman. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. He's like, the woman part maybe, but like Catholic country, predominantly very, very Catholic country. I'm like, yep. No sense is made there. None. Sent it. Where did you send it to me? Orange. Now I have this Scooby-Doo song stuck in my head again. I don't know if you guys ever watched like the old school Scooby-Doo, but there's like a couple episodes where they had like the Marmaduke dog in it, which never made sense to me. I think they were like trying to get like another type of show going. But there's one episode that I like, and it's where there's this blonde girl, and she's going to inherit this hotel, but there's a vampire in the hotel. Spoiler, it's her uncle, and he's pretending to be a vampire so he can hypnotize her to make her think that she's crazy, so he'll get the hotel. But I remember them like running around the hotel like this Dracula like vampire. Oh, also, I did drop a bunch of calendars off at the post office, and get this, the post office I go straight to the distribution center, so everything goes out first. And I always just like drive in the back and drop everything off, but apparently there was people committing fraud, and they would go in with like just like a bunch of empty boxes, and then they would steal a bunch of the boxes. So they were stealing. And so the guy there told me, he's like, okay, well, now you have to make an appointment through this area. Da, 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 da. I have tried to make an appointment through this thing. I cannot find it. If I do find it, then I think it's it. It's not it. It does something completely different. So I haven't been able to drive in the back. So I've had to carry everything and drop it off in like the front, which is hell. And I don't think they like it either. But I was dropping some off today, and the stairs were wet, and I didn't see because I had the box in my hand, and I tripped and fell and like cracked my ankle. So I spent all day with it up in the air with ice on it, like while I was passed out on the couch all day because I was so tired. But that was fun. My ankle is still pretty swollen. I've already got one calendar returned to me because the person moved and didn't update their address. So I'm like, I don't know how to make a post on the new Indiegogo yet. So I need to, just to be like, yo, everyone, make sure your address is all right. I'm sending shit out. But it takes me like all day to print out labels. So the ones that I dropped off was like the last batch of labels that I had printed out. So I have to spend like, it's probably what I'll have to do like sometime tomorrow, is just spend hours and hours doing something that would have taken me 1 hour to do. Now I have to spend all day doing it because their system sucks. Oh my. That was like the worst circle I could have ever possibly done. Okay. I still have to paint his hand. I didn't want to do it because it's so bad on here. This is such a bad... Oh, this is so ugly. This is driving me crazy. The hand is too small. Everything about this is wrong. Like, where is it? Yeah, I'm just realizing I thought it was only 3 fingers on there, and I'm looking at it, and yeah, Cecil only drew 3 fingers on that hand. It's amazing. Stunning and brave. I just got really hungry. Cecil uses AI. Well, no, so like when you hold on to something, so typically when you're drawing something, if you want to draw something in someone's hand, the three bottom fingers are always together, and the index finger is usually somewhere up. So like how I'm holding my water bottle right now, like see, and like some people hold things like with their index finger like straight up like that. But I don't know, when you're holding a glass of whiskey, I'm assuming that. I don't know where his index finger is, but Cecil did not draw it. Okay. See, you guys are all acting like I'm pregnant already. I'm not. I'm still on birth control. I'm excited to get pregnant again. I wish I was already, but I think everybody will know my symptoms. When I get pregnant, they're pretty intense all at once. But I'm excited. I want another little baby so bad. My girl's so sweet. She's so big. And you know what? She will be one of those kids that likes having siblings. It's funny. We asked my stepdaughter because I got tired of trying to guess on what to get her for Christmas. So we have a group text. I just texted her. I said, "Hey, what do you want for Christmas that's not Mario Kart or not Mario Karts, Pokemon cards?" And she gave us like all this like list of stuff. And I made a joke about getting her a fucking Labubu, and then she actually wants one. I'm like, God damn it, no. I don't even know where to buy a Labubu. But I have to get her a Labubu now because I made a joke about it. And he was just like, it's because it's like popular and that's what kids like. So she wants like the popular things that kids like. And I'm like, So if anybody knows where I buy a fucking Labubu, let me know. I don't know, like, and I think I have to get one that's like not opened, right? So she can open it and like be surprised on what it is. But I sent her a picture of one and it was like pink with like heart eyes. And I was like, what about this? She's like, oh, that's cute. I was like, what? But it's 100% my fault for even bringing up the stupid Labubus. But now I have to buy one. What the fuck is that? It's those little demon things that everyone has now. These little demon looking things. Okay. I'm assuming Cecil's drinking whiskey. I don't think I've ever painted a glass of whiskey before, so I'm going to heavily guess on what this is going to look like. Now, Cecil did not send me the one with glasses, so I don't have the glasses on here. So when John adds in the word balloons, he'll have to just put those in himself because I don't want to guess on where those are. I gotta tell you, shopping for an almost 15-year-old for a birthday / Christmas is not easy. I don't know what this foam-like shit is supposed to be on top of it. Does, like, whiskey have foam on it? Like, some of these things I need to ask Cecil. Like, what the fuck is this, man? I can't tell on your drawing. I don't know. Dried. Oh, well. Stay up, please. I'm writing pants. I like how he didn't continue the line for his leg right here. Like it just stopped. Everything that could possibly bother me is. I hate this. I hate it so much. I don't think you guys can see. So my leg for whatever reason extends all the way down here. Cecil's like the cape of the ghost. It's right here, and then Cecil's leg is supposed to be like on the other side of it, continuing down, but it doesn't. It just gets cut off there. So it's like ah. Oh dear Lord. I'm gonna lose sleep over this. This is gonna bother me forever. Okay. I'll just pretend. Alright, so now I'm at the point where I'm just ignore it. So all I really have to do now is Cecil's little cap, his cup, and then tulip. And then I wait for it to dry. What is this? And I wait for it to dry, and then once it's dried a little bit more, I can go in with my airbrush. I'm going to say that they're all holding some kind of torch, because that is what these ghosts canonically do. And I'll put glows all in front of them, like, they're holding the torches. And then, that'll, separate the foreground from the middle ground. And then I can, after that's dried, I can go and add in the details on the ghost's robes, which will be lovely. Now, won't it? The things I do for my friends. Cecil liked it, though. I texted him a photo of it yesterday, and he's like, wow. It's like, yeah. I'm doing my best to polish your turd, man. And I mean that with every offense, because this is hell. I think that the worst of it is painting Tulip and her poor little eyeball. It makes me so sad. My poor little doggy. Her poor little one eye. And also, Cecil didn't draw in. Scooby-Doo has a collar that has the SD on it. So I added the little collar on Tulip. Now you guys better go back this damn book when John brings it back, because I did not put all of this work into polishing this shit for it not to sell well. So please do me and my one-eyed Tulip a favor and go make this like the top selling cover. Please and thank you. Oh, my little Tulip. My little one-eyed weirdo. Make my money selling it in auction. I don't think I'm going to get very much for this. Just put that out there. Poor Tulip. Poor little one-eyed weirdo. Ugh. Look at this little fluff bucket. Doggy. You guys are going to have to go back this cover just for Tulip. My poor little doggy. My poor doggy. Little one eye. My little Tulip. My poor girl. My poor little princess with her one eye. Oh, Tulip. My poor little puppy. I think I need to give her a bow or something. So over it. X's down? Anna's Etsy store works. Yes, it does. Is that Shane in my chat? Shane, what are you doing lurking? Yep, down. Are they going to fix the DMs? Because the DMs suck on... What do you guys think of Tulip? That cute? Look at... There we are. Yeah, all I really need to do now is, I feel like I need to fix John's hands. I don't want to, though. I'm going to put it in front of the heater and see if it'll start drying a little bit. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I'm so very ugly. Thanks. Let me switch up the microphone. You guys can see my zombie look. Okay, that's annoying. I don't know why Twitch or YouTube or StreamYards likes to do this. My hair's being a pain in the ass today. All the crazy. Yeah, I guess Twitter is down. I don't know why, but I guess it is. It's 4:05 in the morning for me. Should have added Ethan. I am not doing any more to this painting that is already done. This makes me not want to paint anymore. But I hear now that I'm all zoomed out. Let's take a look. So yeah, I think compared with what I had to work with, I think I've added my touch to it. There's so much about it I want to fix that drives me crazy, but I can't. So looks finished. It's not, Patrick. So what I'm gonna do next is once this is all dry, I'm gonna come in with my airbrush again and add a glow effect in front of them, and that will kind of like blend out the difference between like the foreground here and the middle ground. So I'm gonna just pretend like they're all holding torches in front of them. That's gonna add the highlights to them, and that way I can do a pretty dramatic rendering of them. So it'll look like all the light is in front of them, and then this will be pretty dark. And then I can go in, and add little highlights of like orange or yellow, whatever color I want the torches to be. And then Cecil wins because he took your will to paint. Well, I think other circumstances also are adding to my deep despise of this. But yeah. Yeah, and you guys, there's 4 figures right here, and you guys can come up with your own headcanon on who is one of the ghosts. The ghosts there. So you guys, some people are saying Kelsey, Shane, Ethan. And then if you guys want those to be the people in the ghost, that is your own headcanon. And is going to need a painting of her own to recover from this. I have commissions that are backed up. I got a lot of people hit me up because they wanted commissions before Christmas, so I still have those
Luckily, those are all in various stages of completion. So, yeah. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm just looking at this on my screen and it's behind me, it's not as bad, but when you turn and look and it's up in your face, it's awful. But it's looking very nice on camera, so at least I have that. If I just don't ever want to paint one of Cecil's drawings again. I'm just gonna put that out there. I think it's justified. Um, I thought Kelsey would have been Daphne. Yeah, Daphne got kidnapped and is somewhere tied up in a swamp, so we can pretend that Kelsey is Daphne. I really wonder why Twitter is down. That's so bizarre. Hmm. I mean, stuff is popping up on my thing. Let's see. You've paid your penance. What am I paying penance for? I didn't do anything to deserve this. Except, I guess, get myself wrangled into it. You guys want to see something I was just working on as a personal thing, and I was going to put it up on Etsy. Here, I'll show you. So this is turning into the bane of my existence, but I bought these panels that are in the shape of Christmas ornaments years ago, and I decided I was like, oh, what if I paint like characters on there, and then make them Christmassy themed. So this is my beginnings of Batgirl. I did sand this down too smooth, and so the paint isn't sticking on it, which I'm really irritated by. It's not looking too good, so I might have to just sand it down and like start over again. But that was one thing I was working on. But yeah, as far as right now, there's nothing much more I can possibly do right now. I painted me, I painted Cecil, and I finished Tulip. So now once that heats up and dries, I have a furnace heater right here that I just leave blasting on it. And so to dry oil paintings, you just use like heat and oxygen, which is abundant when you have a heater and you're in a room full of oxygen. So that's what I use to speed up the process. A lot of people use heat guns, but I mean, that requires me to stand there and hold the heat gun. This, it's like I just leave it in front of my furnace for a couple days and it works really good. So that's what I usually do. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything else for me to say. I guess it's 4:11 in the morning, my time. I don't know. I guess we can chat a little bit, or I'm not tired though because I slept all day, which is a problem. I don't know. Should I try to go to sleep or should I do something? I can show you something I was working on. So I used my laser cutter to cut out these. They're like little bows. So this one has acorns on it. This one has pumpkins. And this one it was just like leaves, but I thought it was pretty. And it's a little bit more detailed, but I wanted to make a garland. I decorate my house for pretty much every holiday, and I feel like Thanksgiving gets overlooked. So I was going to make like little garlands. These are too small, so I'm going to use them in my bathroom. I have a couple of shelves in there that I'll hang garlands from sometimes. And so I need to get these done. So I guess I can do that. I just have to make sure that I leave like a couple aside because I need video of me painting them. So see if I can even find the paint I want for these. See, we can do that and chat, I guess. Do I have water in here? That's a problem. I think I have water somewhere. thin ones first. See if I like them. Okay, so I talked about this. I don't remember where or when, but I was showing these on. I don't remember where I was showing them, but so I have a fancy schmancy laser cutter that I like to use for like projects. But I decided I was kind of inspired by the amount of talk that the guys were doing about like playing blackjack, and I was like, I have enough cosplay that I could do a card deck. And I was like, what if I made my own cases for them? So this is just like a sample of like chipboard that I cut out. But I was like, oh, I could like just put my logo or something on it and like have like a little custom card deck. And then I also like made a box. And then it's like these are my trading cards that are going with my calendar. But see, I was like, oh, it like fits. And then I could just put my logo right there. But yeah, I was looking into making card decks and I'm like, I didn't realize like how much I'm like, oh, it's a process. But that's something I was thinking about. And then it's like the hard part is picking out what cosplays to use for what. It's like this will have to be a whole like live stream where you guys help me pick out things. Put all your cheesecake picks on the car so that you'll never forget when you're gambling. Yeah, I mean, that's why I was like, I'd let you guys pick out which ones. I'd need everybody's help. But I think that would be kind of fun. Do you still drink cold red Mountain Dew? I like Code Red. Can your laser cut metals? I haven't tried. I think it only engraves metals. But it can cut through wood, acrylic, leather. I got it so that way I could make custom pieces for my cosplays, which I have done before. Like my Vampirella little bat that was cut from the laser cutter. Also, look. So Patrick T got me this. It's like a little Triple Cribble. And then I had this one from years ago, and it's Scotty. So I was like, oh, that's cute. I wanted to share that. But uh-oh. My screen just turned colors. I don't know what's going on. Do they still make Code Red? I don't know. There's so many laws now in California with like what we can and cannot eat. So I don't know if Code Red is I can't find it anymore, but that is like my absolute favorite thing to drink. But you know what? I'm going to be having another baby soon, hopefully, so I won't be able to drink it anyway. You guys have no idea how excited I am. I keep looking at like pictures of my little baby when she was brand new, and I'm like, ugh, this seems like yesterday, but it was like she's so big now. They get big so quickly. Like I remember when she was little and she couldn't do anything and she needed mommy for everything, and now she's little Miss Independent. She's gonna crawl everywhere and run around everywhere. Well, she can't run yet, but me and Peaches both were like, the second that she can walk, she's just gonna run. She's not gonna be she's gonna go. She's on the go, man. She's a little adventure fiend. Like it makes sense since she's a Sagittarius, but she's my little girl. She's so sweet too. She's so stinking cute. She's so cute. We were at this 5-year-old's birthday party, and there was 2 other women there with babies, and I was like, my baby is so much cuter. I know every mom thinks that, but I'm like, it's not even a competition on who here has the cutest baby. It's me. It's my little pumpkin. Little baby. She's so cute. She's so little. She's so little yet so big. So the pumpkin one, I'm painting copper, so it'll be kind of shiny. That's a fun noise. I'm surprised Chrissy hasn't had another baby yet. Chrissy's like always busy. I don't know if she's got time for another baby. I mean, does Chrissy talk about wanting another baby? I don't even know that. I don't know if she wants another one. I'm sure her hands are full with just the one that she has. Look at that little pumpkin. Well, has Chrissy talked about wanting another baby? She hasn't said anything to me, but I rarely talk to Chrissy anymore. It's been a hot minute since I talked to her. Oh, I guess her birthday stream when I went on there is like Indiana. But yeah. I'm in like a couple group chats with Chrissy, but like we don't directly talk to one another. I think Chrissy's just like always busy. She hit me up when she's doing a show in San Diego, but that was when I was out of town for the wedding or else I would have gone. But I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know if she wants another one. You also have to take into account like age also. Like I don't know if Chrissy wants to have one right now. Babies are a lot of work and it only gets harder I think as you grow up. What's up? Is that Ethan? Ethan, you want to see what I did? Cecil's lovely drawing. It's not done. I need it to dry before I can move on. There you go. The beautiful Scooby Doo. R.I.P. Jack show. So next painting session, I will be painting the ghosts in the foreground. I have to go in with my airbrush, add in the light from the torches that are in front of them. That way they'll be rendered all high contrast. And that'll separate the foreground, the middle ground, and the background. But yeah, Cecil's sketch rendered. The stretch marks, yeah, here you guys want to see? I added in them stretch marks for you. You guys asked for it, but yeah. This painting is like the bane of my existence. I hate it, and I'm never, ever, ever painting one of Cecil's sketches ever again, unless this like sells on eBay for like thousands of dollars. Then I'll do it again. But aside from that, I don't think I ever will. His anatomy skills irk me to my very soul, and I'm not. I'm not a fan of it. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm trying to think. That is 16 by 20. If I would have painted this smaller, I could have probably been done by now. But then I don't think it would have come out the same, like DPI wise. I just don't. Because usually I paint on 8 by 10s, which is usually fine. But when there's that many elements to it, there would have been no way to fit all of that into that small of a canvas. But yeah. Put that in there because I'm kind of over painting these already. Maybe I should go to sleep. Let's see. Or get some work done. But goodbye, R.I.P. Taggy. Taggy is still here. Taggy is still going strong. Yeah. Are you going to auction off the painting? Yes, I want this thing gone. The second it is dried and varnished and set, I want it out of my house and I never want to see it again. So I will put it up on eBay and auction it off there. And I'll make an announcement on Twitter and all of the places that I usually post things. And I'll leave it up. And then Cecil said that I should have it where it the auction ends at like midnight, like on a Jack show. So I'll figure out that. But yeah, so I have it in front of my heater, so it is drying. But once it's like dry to the touch, I'll leave it in front of the heater for like a week. And then I'll do a little test to see if it's ready for varnish. If it is, then I can varnish it. If it's not, then it stays in front of the heater until it is completely dry, and then I varnish it. Then you got to leave that to dry, and then once the varnish is dried, then I can get it ready to get out. Unless whoever wants it doesn't want me to varnish it and they want to varnish it themselves, I would highly recommend having it varnished. So for example, so this is I think I put satin varnish on this. It doesn't. No, this is high gloss. Okay. So this is what, you know, it just brings it all together once you varnish a painting. And if you don't, I don't think I have any around me that aren't varnished to show you guys. Well, aside from like this, it's like the colors, depending on how much white you use, whenever you use white paint, it makes it more matte versus if you have black, then it makes it more like shiny. So it's just like the finish of it isn't consistent. And also the varnish protects the painting and all of that. So there is why you do that. What are you going to do for Thanksgiving? If I remember right, you don't really care for Thanksgiving food. I'm the only human on the face of the planet that starves on Thanksgiving. It's like a fast day because there's nothing I can eat. There's like bread rolls. And I don't know. So I'm going to be starving. I think I'll just I usually eat cup of noodle. That's what I eat on Thanksgiving. You can't get rid of Taggy. I know. Yeah, we're on a debate on if I can get rid of Taggy or not, but okay, let's see. I think Twitter is back up. Just make a steak. We're never at my house. We always go to one of my family members' houses. So I think we're going to Peaches' mom's house. Because if we were at my mom's house, my mom would make something. And Peaches' mom is pretty good about trying to make something that I'll eat. But I tell her, I'm like, don't inconvenience yourself for me. Like, I'm fine being the one that's like, not eat prime rib on Thanksgiving. I fucking wish, man. No, it's all turkey, and I don't like turkey at all. I hate turkey. I hate pumpkin pie. I hate stuffing. I hate casseroles. Like everything I don't like is on Thanksgiving and is Thanksgiving food. But anyways. Beef for Christmas. That would be good. Fried chicken tenders. Ugh. See, and when there's little kids on Thanksgiving, there's always like some kind of like kid food, but you know. All right. I should probably go do something more productive. And then, aside from just standing here, I did everything that I could for this painting today. in this session. So I finished painting myself and like my skin, which is weird to say. John and Tulip, I kind of did the majority of yesterday or whenever was the last time I streamed. Tulip, I finished the finishing details on her. Cecil, I pretty much finished. If I do add hair on his tummy, I'll have to do that a little bit after he dries, and that'll be easy to fix if I make any mistakes on it. But yeah. So next time I come back to paint, we'll get to do the finishing details of the ghosts in the front, which will be really exciting, and that'll be fun. You guys really enjoyed watching me use the airbrush to do the fire effects, so I'm sure that you guys will like watching that again for the pieces in the front. So guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me for almost 2 hours. That's nice. Yeah, let's see. Wait, do you make everyone suffer because you don't like the food? No, I just don't eat. And I sit there and suffer by myself. Sometimes I'll bring like, because at first it was like, oh, it's rude to bring your own food over to other people's houses. But now I'm like, yeah, everybody knows me enough now. So I'll bring my own food. So I have little snacks. So I'll have like my hot Cheetos and like my cup of noodle, and I'll just make that while everybody else eats Thanksgiving food. And I'll just be like, ugh. But yeah, so that's going to be my Thanksgiving is starving, which when is Thanksgiving? It's not, oh my gosh, it's not this week, it's the next week. Wow, okay. And then Black Friday starts. Okay. Alrighty. I gotta buy stuff. I gotta get all the stuff. I need to figure out where to get all these kids' presents. I need to figure out what to get Peaches. I don't know. We shall see, guys. But anyways, thank you for hanging out. I'm going to just maybe go take some melatonin and try to get a couple hours of sleep before the baby wakes up. And I got to do all this all over again. But hanging out with the baby is the best part of my day. So that I'm looking forward to. But Peaches is snoring, so I'm not looking forward to that. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Please smash the like button if you guys haven't already. Also, please leave me a comment on the stream. It really helps out this channel and my algorithms. I go there and I read all the comments. So thank you, everybody, for your feedback and input. If there is anything you guys have any recommendations for adding to this, or I don't know, anything you want to say to comment on, let me know in the comments here on this stream once it goes. It's not live anymore. And everybody that's been watching over on Twitch, thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you guys. And hopefully this dries enough to where I can come back tomorrow and finish it all up. So everyone, thank you so much for being here. Have a great rest of your night, and I will see you guys all later. Bye.